Assassin's Creed Rogue, much like Assassin's Creed Revelations, served as a game simply there to tie up loose ends in a series which was already 7 games deep on a single console generation. But most people remember it for being Ubisoft's chance to squeeze out money from users who couldn't or hadn't yet moved on to the next generation consoles. And because the main studio was deep into new adventures that nearly broke the franchise, Unity was actually a broken mess and almost sunk Assassin's Creed as a whole, Ubisoft Sophia, a studio that sounds like it's the child of a winner of some 90s video game marketing stunt, handled the swan song to old generation consoles. But with this smaller team heading things up, a probably much smaller budget and smaller time frame, Rogue came away with a whole lot of weird bugs and glitches that people are still discovering today. And since it's October, we thought we'd look into one pretty spooky glitch that happens early in the game, seemingly at random, that makes the inhabitants of the colonies look like a group of people possessed by witches. Okay, so early on in the game, while you're still an assassin, I guess that's a spoiler alert for a 6-year-old game, you're exploring the new world doing your stuff. And I was just out and about doing a couple side missions here and there, when I came upon this little church. And I killed the pastor or preacher of the church with a berserk dart. After that, I climbed up here because I saw there was a synchronized point, so I did that. And then off to the side, right there in between those trees by the covered bridges of Madison County over there, you notice a circle of people. I had played this section before. This is my second time through the game, and I had never noticed this before. So I just sat here for a while to kind of see what the heck was going on, if this was intentional. I didn't know if it was some maypole sort of thing going on, or some sort of cakewalk, a fundraiser for a school, whatever. But I stayed all the way through nightfall, and they continued to circle. People would come into the circle, some NPCs that were prepped to walk through it. Some could not. They would walk in through an opening and they would just bump around like a pinball machine. And it was one of the weirdest things I'd ever seen. And it got super creepy towards night. Now, up towards the top of the screen, you'll see this. I come down here in a second. You'll see 2 soldiers up there, British soldiers. So I wanted to get a closer look to see if these people would interact or freak out, or the NPCs would do something if I came around. But they seemed to acknowledge me. They looked at me, but they continued to walk around in this really creepy fashion, and they would all go about their business, just chit-chatting, doing whatever, but in this endless circle, and they just wouldn't stop. I was assuming people may be coming in. You'll see this guy come here. He'll walk right in between those 2 guys. He's in the circle now, and his goal is to get through there, to get through the bridges, but he bumped into someone, so he pinballs the other way. He'll walk over towards there. Oh, he pinballed again, so now we're following him. Now he's coming back to where he started, and now they all freak out because of something. I don't know what it was. I think it was coins on the ground or something. But right after that, they continued to go in their circle. So I got back in to see if I could follow around and blend in, and I did. And I kind of watched some NPCs thinking they might leave the circle, but no, they came right back in. Here they go. There's some ladies walking in, getting trapped. Some people crossing through. It is such a strange thing. And I had no idea what to make of it. And also, I had gray hair there for some reason. So I leave to go back because I want to experiment now. So I get up, and I am going to shoot one of these people with a dart, and I don't have any sleep darts. I think it's all berserk darts. So I didn't mean to do that. I thought I had sleep darts, but berserk is fine. I assume it would break up the circle. It does. She goes absolutely bananas and starts attacking anyone near her. Now this brings out the 2 British guards up there, and now is when things get really, really weird. I didn't do anything. I shot a dart from cover, so they shouldn't know where I am, and they don't. But what's interesting here is I thought it was done. I thought that everyone had left, but they slowly started coming back in, and they slowly started mingling around these British guards. Now, one is going to come over here, He's just going to get too close for some reason, and they're automatically scripted to check bushes, which is fine. But the other two that you'll notice will never, ever leave their alert status. So that yellow thing, now again, they haven't seen me, should automatically reduce to 0. You can see here it's already halfway gone. And once it gets to nothing, they should go back to their scripts. And they should go back to whatever they were doing, like I wasn't around at all. That's how the game works. And I thought, okay, they're going to go reset and, you know, everything's going to go back to normal. The game's going to go back to work. Okay, there it is. And they come and they reactivate again like something went wrong. This happened over and over and over again. And every time the circle starts to reform, you can see it here, it's starting to happen, that guard right there in the center of the screen, and the one on the left and on the right over there, will get absolutely pissed off that these NPCs are walking in this circle, that they will start beating the crap out of them. They're going to punch them, they're going to push them, the circle will stop for a second, everyone will run and freak out, run away, do these weird, like, monkey sort of dances, like they're trying to pick stuff up, and it's freaking weird. So this goes on and on until finally, for some reason, he decides that he's locked onto me. Even though I haven't moved, he knows I'm there, didn't even poke around, immediately just tries to attack me, not even clear how he saw me. So I fight back to try to end this. I think this is it. That whatever had messed up in the game is now fixed because I actively engaged somehow. And my theory plays out correctly for a little bit. People would come nearby but would freak out because of the body. So I got rid of the body to make sure it wasn't an issue, and maybe that was the glitch and it was all fine. And for a time, everything seemed fine. But then about 5 minutes pass, people slowly start to build this circle again now that the body's gone. And I waited about an hour total, and it continued to grow, and I think that it got even bigger this time around. So by this point, it's been dragging on. We're an hour plus into this one little segment, and I just say, screw it. So I berserk dart this lady. I picked up some ammo from the bodies, copious amounts of soldier bodies that I'm standing on. And she goes nuts. Now, there's no guards, remember. Last time we did this, the guards came in, interfered, and killed her, and everything went back to normal. This time, there's no one there. She just gone rampage mode over here, Unreal Tournament 2004 style, and just starts punching everyone. And eventually, the berserk wears off, and she dies. You get that message, don't kill civilians, whatever. And that's it. I waited a little bit longer, but people did not seem to come back. Now, I imagine that if I had waited longer, they would have returned. But at this point, I had put in about 2 hours into this situation, and I was just burnt out. And it was like 3 in the morning, and I'd only planned to play this game for about an hour or so in the downtime. And eventually, that is it. I canceled out, and I moved on. Now, I did come back to it, rebooted the game later the next day, and the situation was gone. They weren't circling there anymore, and I continued to play the game as normal. But up until that point, things got really weird. I had never seen something like that in any Assassin's Creed game before. It was a super weird glitch that even when you intervened, they went back to doing whatever they were doing. Clearly, it was some sort of programming or scripting error. And it was just a little bit creepy, especially booting this game up, getting close to Halloween time. So that's it for this video. Just a weird, spooky little thing that Assassin's Creed Rogue is haunted. If we find anything else while we're going back through this game here, we'll do another little video. And if you actually enjoy kind of creepy moments in games that are not intentionally creepy, they're not put in there on purpose like a jump scare, I would love to track some of those down and make some videos. So until next time, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. It really helps us. If you want more content, you can head over to gambitmag.com online or find us at that same one over on Facebook for more. Bye-bye.